All right, my webhead fans, guys, are you ready for part 2 of my Spider-Man collection? Let's get started. Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And today, guys, I'm bringing you part 2 of my Spider-Man collection. It's no longer going to be just the Amazing Spider-Man collection. It's going to be my entire Spider-Man collection in general. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this series. We're going to obviously kick it off all the way through Amazing Spider-Man, and then we'll go on to the other Spider-Man titles. What comes along the way? I don't even know, because I have so much Spider-Man stuff, I don't even remember what I have. So let's continue on going through with the Amazing Spider-Man here, kicking it off with issue 214. So here we go. That's a pretty nice looking cover. I guess we got the Frightful Four on there. Look at old school like Sandman when he had his costume change. Spidey and the Submariner fight side by side and fight against the Frightful Four. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, man. Awesome. Is that Paste Pot Pete? Is that who that is right there? I just realized it. That's hilarious. That's great stuff. All right, so let's go forward here and let's go on to the next one. Now, if you guys are into Moon Knight collecting right now, because the show is getting ready to come out, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together, but I have issue 220, okay, and then we have a coffin for the Amazing Spider-Man, Ghost starring the McBray Moon Knight. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. We got Moon Knight on the cover. So that's awesome. A little creepy with Spider-Man in the coffin, right? All right, next. This is an Amazing Spider-Man book that has been in my very first collection that I ever have owned. The set of books that my uncle left me, and this is the Amazing Spider-Man issue 221. You can see the backing in it. It's like it's a completely different bag and board. I gotta re-bag and board it, but this is the Rage of Ramrod. Right? So this is like one of the first super villains that I've actually realized that Spider-Man had because of this comic book. And yeah, this one's pretty beat up. Oh, it smells pretty bad. Oh, but then here's some of the interior artwork in there too. So yeah, man, this is a classic book right here, but yeah, 221 of the Amazing Spider-Man deserves definitely a new bag and board for sure. I mean, shit, the freaking bag is falling apart. Why I haven't rebagged it, I don't know. All right, the next I have not one, but I have 2 copies of this book, and this is 222 of the series. I think this is what Speed Demon is on here, so that's pretty cool. And then I have issues 223, Suddenly the Super Apes, where Spider-Man is going against the Red Ghost. So we have that. There's a little bit of a spine roll on that book. And then I have this pretty cool issue. I don't know the significance of it, but it just says She's Back, the Black Cat. So maybe this is just another early appearance of the Black Cat in an Amazing Spider-Man series. Love the cover, though. It's so awesome. So we got that one. I'm playing off of that kind of that same style of cover here. We have issue 229 where we have Spider-Man saving Madam Web and the Juggernaut is going after him. I've had this book for quite a while. I didn't even realize who he was saving there. I almost thought like it was Aunt May. Next, we have the Amazing Spider-Man issue 232. This is like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. That's an awesome cover, man. It's so classic as you see him transforming before you. That's what I love about these old school covers. It kind of tells you the story on the cover. That's the one thing I am missing about, old school comics is these types of covers. Where nowadays you get obviously a lot of pinup art, which is awesome in itself, but I wish they would kind of go back and forth a little bit, right? All right. Next, we have another book that's from my original collection. This is The Amazing Spider-Man issue 237, where Stiltman is on the cover. Yes, Stiltman. And on the back, I have a Marvel team up with Spider-Man teaming up with Professor X. So that's kind of cool. So those are some nostalgic books right there, featuring the triumphant return of the original Stiltman. Like, seriously, is there ever a triumphant return? Or is Stiltman ever triumphant? All right. Next, we have issue 241. Interesting psychedelic looking cover there with Vulture. And then we have issue 244. I recently just bought another copy of this. I knew I had 2 copies of this, but I'm glad I did, because this issue is the one I most recently bought for a very cheap price, for like, what, $1.50? I mean, come on. And the original one that I have has a little bit of a spine roll in there too. So that other one is probably in a little bit better shape, but hey, it's cool that you have 2, right? Then the next one I have is Amazing Spider-Man issue 247. This is, I guess, with all the gang war stuff that's happening in this book. So, yeah, so we got that one. Nothing special there. Then we have issue 249. Only one man can save Spider-Man from the Hobgoblin. Is that from the... And then you got the Kingpin there. So is the Kingpin saving Spider-Man? So that's cool. Early days of Hobgoblin, right? Really nice issue, 250. More Hobgoblin. Spider-Man doing battle against him. You got the pumpkin bombs in there as well. Behold the face of death. Behold the Hobgoblin. Yep. And you got 251, where he finds his mask in the river. And it's called Endings. It's a cool cover. 255, right? So we got him doing battle against who's the ape guy again? So I don't even know, but it's still a cool cover. Here's a cool cover. I think this is a key, right? With the one with Puma in it, issue 257. You guys let me know in the comments below. This one is not a good copy. This one's got spine ticks all over it. It's got a sticker. This one is such in bad shape. However, I have a second copy. So, yes. Let me know in the comments below if this is the one with a key, or is there another one in there where he's doing battle against Puma. I'm not 100% sure. I always forget which one is a key issue, though. But nevertheless, it's a cool book. So I'm excited. I think, obviously, you can see what I paid for it. Only $2. All right. Another book from the original collection. We got a couple of them here. And man, oh man, if I knew what comics would be valued at in the future, especially when it comes to Spider-Man, I would have taken much better care of these. However, these few books are just, it means something to me because I've had them for so long, and I've read this book so many times. This is issue 258. Obviously, the, early days before Venom came around, but it is the black symbiotic suit. So, Peter's struggling between having the suit and not having the suit. But I remember when I was a kid, I loved this cover. I mean, I loved it. I was like, wow, look at that. He's changing into his suit. He's got the webs under there. He's got the web shooters. I was like, that is an awesome cover. I was like, I don't care about Mary Jane. I didn't care about her at the time. But I was just like, oh, who's the Hobgoblin guy? This book was awesome. And then it continued because this as well was in my original collection. So you can see as a little kid, I had 258, 259, 260. So this continued, that little story arc that was going on. This was one of the first major story arcs I ever read. Everything was just individual, different numbers, right? See, same thing. Look at how old that bag and board is, right? All right. Then you have 261. That's a beautiful cover right there with Hobgoblin, complete control over Spider-Man. And then I did not have 262, but I have 263. Bought this later on. I think this was a little bit of a key issue for some dumb reason. I forgot what it was. There's a new webhead in town, so it's like a Dr. Octopus web, Spider-Man. I don't know, but that's cool. Then I always like this issue, 264 of the Flash, 264 of Spider-Man, where the Flash is, in sights of Spider-Man's little spider signal or whatnot. And look at his facial expression. He's like, oh shit. But what's with his suit? What's he wearing? I don't even remember. I mean, how long I've read these issues. I got to re-bag and board all of these books. Then, unfortunately, I do not have the first printing of 265 with the Black Fox, but I do have the reprint of it. So at least there's something, right? So that's pretty cool. Got the silver background or foil background. Yeah, it's the reprinting, the first appearance of Silver Sable. So that's the key there. And then you have issue 274. No ads, 32 pages of The Amazing Spider-Man, The Soul of the Spider. Look at that cover. I mean, you just cannot beat that. So cool. And then the last book I'm going to be showing you for today in part 2 is issue 275. So we have a 37-page book-length epic, The Origin of Spider-Man, the original unbridged classic. Really cool. Only paid $3 for this book. So there you guys have it. There is part 2 of the Spider-Man collection featuring the Amazing Spider-Man comic books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I love showing you off my collection, and this is just a way of me knowing what I have in my collection. So I'm looking forward to doing the next episode. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell so you'll miss any content from me. And of course, guys, keep buying, keep collecting, and don't forget, always keep reading those comic books. Guys, thank you so much. I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye.